Let me share my screen first of all. Okay, so all of you can see my screen. Now, today we are going to start with the topic which we have left till yesterday. So till yesterday we were penalty only applicable, and there will be no fare difference. That means the base fare difference and the tax difference. All right. So till the steps of updating the TST, we have done this. Yes or no? And if I open the PNR, here is the PNR. If I show you the TST, so here you can see the TST is updated with the new travel date, which is 25th of August and 12th of September. Is that clear? We have already updated. All right. And I would request one important information from everyone, that if you are sending any questions or any chat that you wanted to discuss, so please reply it to everyone, so that I can see the questions asked in the chat box, and it might be someone else questions as well. Okay, so then that person will not ask the same question, and that person will not repeat the question, and he will also be attentive while replying, while I'm replying the answer. Is that clear with everyone? Okay, now till this steps we are clear. We have already updated the itinerary missing elements. Okay, and we have done the setup the TST for the reissuance. Okay, next, the next information is, and the next topic is, that I have already saved this part here also in this notepad. Now we need to go and start with the next step, and the next step is telling you to calculate the total ATC. Okay, now we have checked that there is nil difference in fares, nil difference in taxes. So the total difference in taxes and the base fare is how much? Zero. That we have already calculated yesterday. Now there will be a penalty of 10,000 rupees, and as you all know that there will be a GST applicable on the penalty amount. Now this GST will be only applicable if um, a passenger is originating, if the passenger flight is originating from India, and then there will be a GST applicable. Okay, is that clear with everyone? So we will add a GST on the top of the penalty. Now, how much is the GST applicable on the penalty? So there are two ways to find out. Number one, you can find out the GST on the penalty amount as per the cabin class. So if you have booked in the economy cabin, then there will be a 5% GST. If you are going to rebook yourself to the premium economy or the business economy, business class, I'm sorry, then there will be a 12% GST applicable. Is that clear? That's the number one way. Number second way, whenever you are reading the penalty paragraph, and in that paragraph, it is clearly mentioned about the GST applicable. So either one of the way, you can go ahead and read about the GST applicable on the top of penalty. Is that clear? So right now, for my example, I am changing the date of travel from economy cabin to the economy cabin. So I'm not changing the PNR from economy to premium economy. So how much will be the GST applicable? 5% GST. So how much the 5% of 10,000 rupees? Tell me. 10,500 rupees. That's the total amount. And the 500 rupees will be the GST applicable. Absolutely correct, Abhijit. Now, so how much the total ad collect to be taken from the passenger? How much is the total ad collect? 10,500 rupees. And we have to show the total ad collect in the TST. So how do we show the total ad collect in the TST? With the help of a command ttk slash t1 slash and the total ad collect amount first off we have to show. And how do we show the total ad collect amount? TINR. That will show me the total ad collect amount. Done. And press enter. Now this is how you will see. Now you will see the total ad collect amount will reflect as in 10,500 rupees. Is that clear? Is that clear? Now, now the next step is to show the penalty, because there is nowhere mention about the base fare and the taxes. So we do not have to show the base fare and the taxes. We have to show the only penalty amount. And there are three different ways, there are three different methods to show the penalty amount. What are the three different methods? So some airlines will tell you to show the penalty as tax, as a Q surcharge, or as an EMD. So we will learn all the three different methods one by one. Okay. Now, it depends on airline to airline whether they allow you to show the penalty as an tax code, Q surcharge method, or EMD method. Okay. And for this, that whether it is an EMD method to show the penalty, Q surcharge, or the tax code, where do you see this line or where do you find out? So there are two ways again. Either you call the airline and get the information, and the best and the reliable information you will find out is to go and read the fare rules penalty, where it is mentioned about that. And it is clearly mentioned that it is the method to show the penalty is EMD, Q surcharge, or tax code. Is that clear? So now we are working on the example of British Airways. And as per the British Airways policy for the Indian market, it will allow you to show the change fee as a Q surcharge. Okay. So we are going to use, please, one more thing. As I'm just giving this information on based on my experience. Okay. And you need to also confirm from the airline once before going to proceed. All right. Or you confirm from your agency. That means within the company, you can ask, because there are a few more persons who are experienced. So they will let you know that part as well. Is that clear with everyone? All right. Now, I will I will show you that how to show the penalty as a Q surcharge for this example. And please go and very importantly to see the steps to be followed for the Q surcharge method. So first of all, we need to convert the penalty of 10,500 rupees see 10,500 NUC INR into NUC. Clear? Enter. How much it will be the NUC? 123.97. So let's copy it and keep it in a notepad. the NUC of 10,500 rupees uh, will be 123.97. Is that clear? Now let's go and read about the next step. Once we already converted the total penalty amount in the NUC, we need to show in the fair linear as a Q surcharge. How do we show in the fair linear as a Q surcharge? Let's go to the PNR. Let's remove the splitting screen, and here we'll perform a command ttk slash t1 slash. Now tell me, if I have to show the penalty, which keyword that I will use here? Uh, X to show the fair linear. That we have already discussed yesterday. How do we show the penalty with the keyword C? Absolutely correct, Abhijit. So everybody please correct your notes. If I ask you a question, how do we update the penalty with the keyword? So ttk slash t1 is the command. Then we use C. Now, from where do we copy the entire fair linear? Can anyone tell me? We will copy the entire fair linear from the new fair. So I will simply copy the fair linear from here and paste in the note in my command prompt. Now, why do I copy the new fair linear from the new fair? Because we have already received the new fair on the notepad. We have already pasted it, and we always copy the same new fair linear from the new fair line. Is that clear with everyone? Yes, no? Now, let's go to the notes. Now, the notes is telling us, as per the notes, you can see that, and as per the process, that we have to show the uh, penalty amount as a Q surcharge. And where do I show the penalty as in Q surcharge? In the fair linear. So now we need to see that where I will put the amount of the penalty as a Q surcharge in the fair linear. So now let's read about this fair linear. So the fair linear is telling you Delhi to London. How much is the total NUC? 447.50. And again, from London to Delhi, how much is the fare linear? That means the fare in NUC 447.5. So we will show the penalty amount just before the total NUC. Okay. And how do I show it? Let's do a Q, and we need to paste
वॉइस नहीं आ रहा
the,
यार मुझे
sorry, sorry,
मुझे नहीं सुनाई दे रही मैंने लीड लगाई हुई है
देव।
मुझे नहीं आ रही है
देव, आप मुझसे कुछ कह रहे हो?
जी सर हेलो
जी बताएं, कुछ कह रहे हैं आप?
ये मुझे उस पे वॉइस नहीं आ रही थी लीड जो लगाई हुई है ना मैंने हेडफोन तो उस पे वॉइस नहीं आ रही थी
तो आप अपने अपने हेडफोन चेक कर ले। बाकी सबको मेरी आवाज आ रही है? प्लीज कंफर्म। सो आप अपने हेडफोन को एक बार चेक कर ले सर, माइट बी कुछ देयर विल बी प्रॉब्लम इन योर हेडफोन। ओके, ऑलराइट। नाउ, so what I'll do, I we have to show the penalty amount which I have converted in the nukes just before the total NUC. How do we show that? Put down the Q word because this is a surcharge. And how much is the surcharge? 123.97. So let me put down this value.
सर
123.97. Yes, देव, आप कुछ कह रहे हो फिर से? क्लियर? सो आप कैसे शो करोगे? इज दैट क्लियर? इज दैट क्लियर विथ एवरीवन? All right. Now, you need to remember one thing. Now, what is that? While updating the fair linear, do you remember yesterday I showed you that what are the important things to be noted while updating the fair linear? What are that? Do not give a space between alphabet and a number. Yes or no? And always give a space between two alphabets. Clear? So here we are already following the same thing. So there is no need to just do them anything about it. Now, since I have added a nukes value, which is as a penalty amount to show, so the total NUC is also going to increase. Yes or no? So we need to add this 123.97 with the total NUC 922 point. So let me add this one plus how much is the extra NUC that we have added? 123.97. How much it becomes? 1046.87. So let me note down 1046.87. Sorry, 87. So we updated it correctly? Yes, no?
यस सर
Done. And then we press enter. And that's how the fair linear got updated. So is it clear with everyone? How do I show the penalty as a Q surcharge? Now in the next example, we will learn how do we show the penalty as a tax code. Okay. So I'm not going to discuss about this. Now, once we have updated the step number 13, which is to show the penalty, now go to the step number 14. How do we update the reissuance form of payment? Because there is an add collect amount, there is an additional payment amount. So we need to update the form of payment as well. Because in the previous example, there were no extra payment. So we have not updated the form of payment. But in this example, we will have to update the form of payment. Yes or no? So what do? We simply come to this part. We will first of all delete the form of payment. X. Yes, Dev.
जी सर
I thought like this somebody is telling something. आप म्यूट कर सकते हैं देव, ठीक है? बैकग्राउंड नॉइज आ रहा है तो आई गॉट कंफ्यूज कि
ओके
आप कुछ कह
ओके
रहे हैं. ठीक है,
ओके
थैंक यू. Now we need to delete the line number 10 as this is an old form of payment. Deleted. Done. Now we need to update a new form of payment. So how do we update a new form of payment? So it depends on the new form of payment. So if you know that your old form of payment was cash, and again you are going to use the same method of the form of payment as a cash. So then how do you update with as a new form of payment cash? So you type the first of all FPO. You can see here, then put a slash cash. So this shows that my old form of payment was cash. Now I am going to add a new form of payment. So that means I am going to add a new form of payment with the help of plus. And then I am going to use whatever the new form of payment, like slash cash if it is a new form of payment. Is that clear? Done. And this is how your new form of payment gets updated. Okay, Ayum, I'm going to repeat again. Now let's look at the another scenario. I know that my old form of payment was cash. So how do I update? First of all, that how my old form of payment FPO slash cash. So this shows the PNR that okay, my old form of payment was cash. Ayun, are you listening? Yes, no? Okay. Now it shows that my old form of payment was cash. Now the next thing, that my new form of payment. So it depends that if you are going to update the new form of payment as a cash or as a credit card, it is up to you. So what you will do, you will simply put down plus and enter the, if it is a credit card, you type CC and the two-letter credit card, 16-digit credit card number slash the expiration date. Is that clear, Ayum? Now, let's take an example. It is your new form of, the new form of payment is a cash. So you type the new form of payment. Clear? Ayum, is this clear with? Okay. Now, what about others? Is it clear? Plus, slash, and the cash. I'm sorry. Yes. Is this clear with everyone? Now you ask, somebody asked me a question, Gandhi, but we can check the old form of payment even after deleting for the further references. Yes, of course, you need to check it out. Because how do you update the old form of payment here, first of all? Okay, so you must check before going to delete it. Or you can do it with a TWD command as well. There you will see the old form of payment. Now, let me show you the another old form of payment and the new form of payment. So if it was your old form of payment credit card, and now you are going to update the new form of payment as a cash, because this time my old form of payment was credit card and new form of payment is cash. Then in that case, how will you update it? Then we will use this FPO. First of all, we will have to show the form of old form of payment. So I will simply type slash and the credit card CC and whatever the two-letter credit card. Is that clear? Now you don't need to mention the entire credit card number as a old form of payment, because the system will automatically check that okay, your old form of payment was the particular credit card and whatever the credit card number they have already stored. Now the next thing, what is the next thing? You need to update a new form of payment. So you simply put plus, slash, and whatever your new form of payment. If it is will be a cash, you type cash. If it is your credit card, type the credit card two-letter code, 16-digit credit card number, slash the expiration date. Okay, is that clear? Is that clear with everyone? Great. Now we are going to update the 15th step, which is a commission. Now tell me, how much is commission mentioned here in this PNR? Okay. Now tell me, should I delete the commission and make it zero, or should I leave the commission as it is? So Abhijit said zero. Abhijit, the commission is 2%. Okay, so Tanveer is telling leave it as it is. Okay. Okay, so now all of you have forget the yesterday's no tax difference, only the penalty should be always zero. The commission should be left as it is only in case there will be a base fare difference or a tax difference. Is that clear? So now tell me, in my condition, should I leave the commission as it is, or should I delete the commission and update the commission as 0? Ayum said again, leave it. Ayum, now tell me, why should I leave as it is? I just now told you that if there will be, is there any difference? Where is the difference, Ayum? Tell me. We already have calculated the fare difference and the tax difference. So there is no difference in our taxes and the base fare. So if the commission should be left as it is only in case if there is a difference in fare and taxes. Sonali has already replied it. So you can read that and you can refer it. Is that clear, Ayum and everyone? So what do? We will simply delete the line number 9, update the commission as 0, and then we will go ahead and proceed with the last step, which is associate the original ticket number, or we will update the old ticket number. Tanveer, the Sonali has already replied in the chat box. Please check it out. Penalty is non-commissionable always. All right. Now, the next thing is we will have to associate the old ticket number here. How do I update it? Can anyone tell me how do I associate this old ticket number here as FO line? Tell me the command. I need complete command. Nishani and rest of the people, please tell me how do I update it? Tell me. Waiting for the response. Okay, Nishani, Abhijit. Yesterday, I have given you one important information about this FO line. The command is absolutely correct. There is no problem in the command, but there is one information that I always tell you, that if for multiple passengers, you always have to give the passenger association. Do not leave it blank. For my scenario, there is a single passenger. That is why it will not create any problem. But for the multiple passengers, make an habit of that to associate the passenger number. So, which means you are associating this ticket number as an old for which passenger? Passenger number 1. So that in the system, it is associated as per the passenger voice. Is that clear? So do not go and type FO star and the line number. That's it. Always make an habit of using the passenger number. And that is why I have also put down the here. Is that clear? Now you will get a long command. You don't have to change anything. Simple press enter and you will see an FO element. Now let's save every changes that we have done in the PNR. Now my PNR is ready for the reissuance. Let's go and perform the TTP/TKT pre-validation check command. Is there anything that I'm missing? If a message comes okay to ticket, means my PNR is ready. Let's do TTP/RT and my PNR is reissued. See, my PNR has a new FA line with a new ticket number, having the total cost as 10,500 rupees, the date followed by the office ID and the IATA number. And this ticket number is associated with which segment numbers? With the segment number 2 and the segment number 3. Clear? Okay, now we need to go and check about that TWD slash L6. Let's go and open the ticket image, ticket record copy. Here you will see that the PNR is reissued, having a base fare amount this much. There is no taxes charged, or there is no tax difference. That means there is no additional taxes taken. This is the total ad collect amount. And if I open the TWD slash tax, there you will see that there is no new taxes added. All of these taxes are paid one. And that's how it is showing PD. Is that clear? Now, from here, if you wanted to go and open the first ticket number which was issued first time. So how do I go and see the old ticket number from here? The command is already given here. If you wanted to retrieve the old e-ticket image from the reissuance e-ticket command, what is the command mentioned here? TWD slash O star. This will open the old ticket image, and all of those old ticket image status is showing exchanged. That means the ticket is done on an already exchange and get a new ticket number. Is that clear? All right. Now I'm going to paste all of the steps, reissuance with only penalty in your chat box. Do copy. Done. Is it clear with everyone? All of you have noted the steps? Okay, if the airline is allowing free change under involuntary change, do we need to take a manual TST or this method? Uh, Sonali,
Yes, Naveen.
so Devendra is asking a question that if it is an
Um,
involuntary change, so do we need to make a manual TST of for this method? So I believe it is not, but can you please?
No, Devendra, if you're you don't have to make a manual TST. You will have to update the existing TST in the similar manner with the TTU command. And of course, because it is for involuntary changes, you don't have to update your new fare basis, new validity, new everything will be as per your old ticket, and the ADC will be zero. Okay. So you need to follow the same steps with zero ADC. The only difference is your base fare, validity, fare basis, everything will be as per your original ticket. I hope that is clear, Devendra. Devendra?
What if is there any waiver?
Yeah, waiver as in the change fee waiver you're asking, right?
Mhm.
So Devendra, yesterday we learned zero ADC scenario. Devendra, if you can unmute and speak. Yeah, yesterday we learned zero ADC scenario. So for involuntary changes, you will follow the steps of zero ADC scenario.
Okay.
Okay?
And how we add the endorsement line,
FE
waiver
element.
line?
FE element or OS element, whichever element airline tells you to add it. Add the waiver code. So if there is a waiver code and if airline tells you to add it in the endorsement, then it will be with the FE command, father easy. Okay, I'll put it on in the chat. And if airline tells you to add the waiver code in the OS remarks, so then it will be OS followed by the airline code and whatever is the waiver code. Okay?
Okay. Okay, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. All right. Now let's go and discuss about the another scenario. And that scenario is which is reissuance with the fares and the taxes difference, including the penalty amount. Okay. So what we do, I have already created a PNR. Let's go and start with the step by step. Again, the passenger called you to do the changes in the PNR. This time, the passenger is telling you to change the return journey. Instead of 20th of August, let's go and do a 21st of August. Okay. So let's do AN 21st of August, Doha to Delhi in the Qatar Airways. Before that, we already have performed these commands. That means we have checked about the status codes of the e-ticket record. That is showing open. It's a future dated travel. Now we need to check about the penalty amount. And how do I check the penalty amount? We need to check the penalty amount with the help of FQD command, or we can go with an FXX command. So I'm going to perform the FXX entry, FXX slash the segment number 2 comma 3 slash R comma and the ticket issuance date 25th of June 2025. Got it? Let's go and do FQN1 star PE. And here I got to see about the cancellation penalty. Let's go and do MD. Now, how much is the change penalty? 60 US dollar. Now, let's read any other information about the change penalty. Let's go and do MD. And if I just scroll down, this is telling you about the no-show one. A passenger fails to change or cancel his or her reservation 3 hours prior to the departure. So what will be the no-show condition? 3 hours prior to the departure of that. Now, changes against no-show is something mentioned here. And either no-show fee or the reissuance fee is higher. Both will be applicable. Let's go and read about something more. Hmm. Now, there is one more line which is mentioned on the page number 5. Do you see there is a line at note? Now, what is that line telling you? Let me copy this line and I'm going to remove this everything and pasting it here. Now, we'll discuss this line later on, but let's go and copy the penalty as well as a 60 US dollar. Done? Yes, no? Now, let's go and talk about the next step. Sell the new seats and check the fare difference and the taxes difference. So let's go and sell the new seats. AN return date as 21st of August, Doha to Delhi in Qatar Airways. Done? Now, as you know the process and as you know it very well that if the same class of service is available, you always have to sell in the same class of the service. But right now, I wanted to show you the fare difference and how do you update the fare difference also. So to show the fare difference, explicitly, I am going to sell two class higher than the Nancy class, which is Lima class. Is that clear? So I'm going to sell two class higher than the Nancy class just to show the fare difference, and I'm going to sell it from here. Is it clear with everyone? Why did I sell this Lima class? Great. Now let's go and talk about the new fare. So how do I get the new fare? Tell me. Tell me the entire command to get the new fare. Quickly in the chat, waiting for the response, guys. Uh, Devendra, one is the name of the passenger. So how can you price with one? Okay, 2 comma 4. Absolutely correct. Let's do fxx slash segment number 2 comma 4. Okay, this is the 10th of August and the new travel date is 21st of August. Let's do and price it. Let me copy the new fare in the notepad as a new fare. Done. Let's go and talk about the next step. How do I find out the old fare? TWD. Let me copy the entire line and paste it here as a old fare. How do I see the tax breakdown? Because to compare from base fare to base fare and taxes to taxes, let's go TWD slash tax. Absolutely correct. Copy this entire tax details. Done. Now let's back to the notes page. Now we need to compare and calculate the difference. How do I compare and calculate? Now, remember yesterday I told you that I would request everybody to please make a habit, please make a Excel file with the individual PNR. So every time you save it as a PNR number so that you can remember how did I calculate those differences. Okay. So what I have done, this is a simple Excel file created. We'll start adding the new base fare, the new taxes value one by one. So let me come to the notepad and I am going to first of all enter the new base fare value. So let me enter the new base fare value. Now let me add the new YQ tax. Let me add the YR tax. Let me add the YR tax 1098. Now let me add the IN tax 1092. Let me add K3. So here I'm going to simple add all of those values one by one. 1228. Apart from that, there is a G4 tax 1428. That's called G4. Now what is the another tax? PZ. And 178 is applicable two times. 178 PZ 178. Now, apart from that, there is a QA tax 1428, and the last one tax is 238 as R9. Yes, no? So we added all the new fares and everything in the new tax column, new fare column. Now let's go and enter all of the old fare column value. So here is the old base fare. So let me add the old base fare. Now let me add the YQ tax. So 20802 is the YQ tax. Now let me add the 1098, 1092, and K3 is 4012, 4012. P2 is 1228, 1428, 1428. 178, 178 is the 2 times PZ, and 1428 is the QA, 238 is the R9. See, 1428 and 238. Clear? Now the system automatically calculate the every differences in the base fare and the taxes. So how much is the difference in the base fare? 4,555 rupees. How much is the difference in the K3? 227. How much will be the total difference in the base fare and the taxes? 4,782 rupees. Is that clear? So we already calculated that part. Now we need to calculate one more thing, that is our penalty part. And how much is the penalty? 60 US dollar. So let's convert the 60 US dollar into the Indian rupee. How will I convert it? FQC 60 USD slash INR. And how much it becomes? 5,200. So let me put down the same thing here as 5,200. Done? Now, automatically the GST gets calculated because I have entered a formula here. And that formula is telling you that whatever the value of the penalty is applicable, the 5% GST will be applicable. Now it depends that you wanted to, as per the cabins you are changing. So we are changing in the economy cabin class. So then 5% will be applicable. Otherwise, we'll go and read the penalty part. There is written about the 5% GST will be applicable if it is an economy cabin. Is that clear? Is that clear with everyone? All right. So how much will be the total ad collect? 10,242 rupees. Done. We share it with the customer. Sir, are you ready with the 10,242 rupees? So if passenger is okay with the changes and everything is okay, we'll go and quickly save the PNR. So let me go and save the PNR. Done. Now let's go and update the TST. So let's do TTU slash the segment number 2 and the segment number 4. Yes, no? The TST got updated. Now let's delete the unwanted segment. And which one is the unwanted segment? Segment number 3. So we'll do XC3. After cancelling and saving, don't forget to save the PNR. Saved it. Done? Yes, no? Now we need to remove the TST flag. So let me open the TQT. Now, do you see the PC flag there? So we do not need to run the command ttf slash all. Clear? Now we'll perform the command to update the TST. So let's go and update this TST. Missing elements of the TST. How do I update the missing element? So ttk slash t1 slash. Now I need to update the fare basis only for the fare line number 2. So then what I will type here? Line number 2 slash B, that will a keyword for to update the fare basis. Copy the entire fare basis from here and let me update it. Done? Is that clear? Now we need to update the validity dates. And how much is the what is the validity dates given here? As per NVB, as per the new fare, the NVB is 11th of August. Okay. So I mentioned the 11th of August. Is that clear? But remember, the NVA is mandatory for the reissuance. Yes or no? And the fare is valid for 1 year. So I will simply copy the 10th of August and paste it here. So this is how I will update the fare basis, validity dates slash the baggage allowance. How much is the baggage allowance? 30K. So let me mention 30K. Enter. This is how I update the missing elements. Now, anything else I'm missing here in the itinerary part? Can anyone tell me quickly? The NVA is mandatory for reissuance. Yes or no? Absolutely correct. So now, do you see the NVA is mentioned here? No. So what does it mean? It means that the fare is valid for 1 year. So we'll simply copy the travel date. And how do I update? Only the NVA for the line number 1. Everybody please pay attention. How do I update it? TTK slash T1 slash L1 slash. Now till this part, this is clear with everyone. Yes, no? I'm going to only update the fare basis for the line number 1. The validity dates for the line number 1. I'm sorry. So I will simply type V. Now if I'm not going to update the NVB, I wanted to keep it blank NVB. So then I will type XX. This XX suggests and informs the system that the NVB is blank and I'm going to put down the NVA only and press enter. Now you will see the NVB shows blank and NVA is the 10th of August because NVA is the mandatory element for the reissuance. Yes or no? Is it clear? Yes or no? Please type in the chat. Done. Now let's go and talk about the next step. Set up the TST for the reissuance. Fatima, what I need to repeat again? Fatima, can you please unmute? Is it possible to unmute Fatima? Should I explain it again, this entire command? Okay, so now understand one thing. As you know that for reissuance, the NVA is the mandatory information. Okay, and as I have already checked the new fare, there is no NVB and NVA given. So what I will do, I will keep the NVB blank because this is not mandatory. I will simply update only the NVA line. Till this part clear, Fatima? Okay. Now, how will I update the only NVA? So then I will type the command ttk slash t1. That means for the TSC number 1. I wanted to update only for the line number 1 because line number 2 we have updated. Yes or no? So if you wanted to update the only for the line number 1, I'll type the line number 1 slash v. V is the keyword to update the validity dates. Now, since I don't want, and as per the system, there is no NVB given. So NVB is not mandatory for the reissuance. So I wanted to keep it blank. So I will use XX there. So XX means that you wanted to keep that NVB blank followed by the NVA travel date. That means my outbound journey date. Is that clear, Fatima? Done. Now can I move ahead to the next part? Anyone have any other question? Yes, no? Is there any to change it? What's need, Nishani? What are you asking about change? You wanted to update the values? Yes, you can repeat the same command. If I repeat the same command, let's look at that part. If I wanted to update as an 11th of August, okay, because 10th of August I have entered it wrong, so I simply type like this. Now you can see that the 11th of August gets updated. Clear? Is it clear, Nishani? All right. Now going to the next step. Now we are going to set up the TST for the reissuance. Can anyone tell me how do I set up the TST for the reissuance? Tell me the command. How do I set up the TST for reissue? Exchange TKT. Tell me the complete command, Devendra. Dev. Nishani said TTK/exchange. What about others? There are 20 people in the session. I can see only one of two people are replying. What about others? Tanveer, Vrushali, Satyam, Sajesh, Gyandeep, Fatima. TTK/exchange. Done. Now what happened with the TTK exchange command? My base fare indicator got changed from F to R. Taxes indicator changes from X to O. And the total grand total becomes 0, followed by the form of payment change to old form of payment cash. Is that clear? Okay. Now, once we have updated the setup, the TSC for the reissuance, we need to add the total add collect amount. And how do I update? Let's go and start looking at this part. So everybody, please pay attention here, because till this steps we are doing from the last 3-4 examples, correct? Now, this is a new thing which we are going to update. So first of all, we'll type the difference in the fares here. So from where do I copy the difference in fare? That is in the Excel. 4555 is the difference in fare. Let's type 4555. How much is the difference in taxes? 227. Let me type 227. So how much is the total difference in the ticket? This is 4782. So let me type 4782. Clear? How much is the penalty amount? 5200. 5200. How much is the taxes on the penalty? That is 260. Yes, no? So how much it will be the total penalty amount? 5460. Is the calculation clear with everyone? How did I type these things? So how much is the total add collect? The total add collect is 10,242. 10,242. Clear? So the calculation of the total add collect is clear with everyone. Okay. Now, since there is a total add collect of 10,242 rupees, so we will show the total add collect in the TST also. So how do I show the total add collect in the TST? Let's go and perform the command. TINR. Now you might ask me a question, why I'm typing INR? Because we are charging the total add collect in the Indian currency. That's why we are typing here TINR 100242. Clear? Is this clear? Let's update it. Done? Now we need to show the breakdown of the total add collect in the TST. And first of all, I will show the difference in the taxes How do I show the difference in the taxes? Let's go and type this. TTK slash T1 slash, how much is the tax difference? 227. And what is the two-letter code for that tax difference value? K3. So how will I show this one? X227K3. Now you might ask me a question, why do I type here X? Because this is the new tax which is going to be paid by the customer. And the tax which is showing as an old, which is already paid by the customer. So this is not extra. This is the difference in the taxes which has been paid and which are not to be paid. That means which is going to be paid. Is that clear? So that's why we always show this, the only difference in the taxes in the TST. Done. So this is how you will see that. Now you might ask me a question, so why do I show this one? Because there is one simple thing. Please understand the logic here. This is already paid at the first time. And here it is the difference in the new K3, which is 4239. So if you add the 227 and 4012, this will become the total K3 of the new tax. Oh, sorry, of the new fare. Getting my point? So that is why the passenger has already paid this much amount of K3. The only new difference in the K3 difference is 227, which is going to be paid by the customer. Is it clear? Is it clear with everyone? Done. Now we need to show the base fare amount. And to show the base fare amount, always use the new base fare amount. Do not type the difference in everything. We use to show the new base fare amount. And how do I show the new base fare amount? TTK slash T1 slash R, because my base fare indicator is R. So I will show R, INR. And where do I see the new base fare? Here is the new base fare, 62070. So let me copy that. 62070. Is it clear? Yes or no? Enter. And this is how I will update. Fatima, what is the question? Can you please unmute? Fatima, instead of adding a new element, can't we modify an existing one? Okay, I will explain it again. Uh, Gyandeep, so basically you are telling me that you don't want it to add the difference here. You wanted to modify the total K3 here. Is that so? Okay, now tell me, Gyandeep, how did the airline understood that, okay, you have uh, um, there is a new K3 come up with this total amount, which you have already paid this K3 amount. Now the only difference amount is this. So this will show a very clear picture in the TST as well as in the e-ticket record that this much is the new difference of the taxes, and this is already a paid. So I will show once I reissue the ticket in the TWD slash tax, you will see there are paid taxes and there are the new taxes which are paid by the customer. So then you will see the difference, clear cut difference. Is that clear? So that is the reason we do not show it to them. Otherwise, the airline will give you an ADM that why don't you have shown it to a separate way? Okay. Is it clear, Gyandeep? Now, Fatima, uh, what should I explain again? Should I explain this? How do I update this base fare value? Or should I explain this K3 and the base fare both? Fatima, waiting for the response. Fatima, am I audible? After Kethi, what does this CB stands? Okay, if you see here that CB, it's the next two-letter code which is used by the airline. So for the travel agency, you don't need to worry about this CB, AC, VB. This is something which is used by the airlines. Now, if you wanted to read it about this one as well, so do you remember the command sort of FQN tax slash India slash the two-letter code? Then you will be able to read what does this AC and what does this all these two-letter codes means. In that, there will be a clear-cut explanations given. Okay. Now, Fatima, I'm waiting for your response. What I should explain? Fatima, am I audible? Okay, you understood it, Fatima? So can I move ahead? Okay, thank you. So now this is how I have already updated the new base fare amount, the difference in the taxes. Now we are going to talk about the next step, which is very, very important. And the next step is to show the fare construction line. So how do I update? Now tell me, should I update the fare construction line? And if I should update the fare construction line, why would I update the fare construction line? Can tell me the reason why would I update the fare construction line? Remember one thing, always and always. Whenever there will be a difference in the base fare, the fare construction line should always be updated. Make a note in your notepad. Whenever there will be a single rupee difference in the base fare, the fare construction line gets updated. We have update the fare, of course. That's the reason we are going to update the fare construction line. So how do I update the fare construction line? TTK slash T1 slash C, and let's copy the new fare construction line from the new fare. Done. Enter. This is how I updated the fare construction line. Okay. Now the next. And the next line is telling me to show the penalty amount. So we already have discussed that there are different methods to show the penalty. So the first example we did it as how to show the penalty as a Q surcharge. Now we need to show the penalty as a tax code method. And I have already noted that important thing that in the notes there is one line mentioned. What is that line says? That we need to show the penalty as a tax code. And what is the two-letter tax code for the penalty? XP. Okay. Now Devendra has a question. We have added Q surcharge in the fare linear previously. Okay. Do we need to add ROE if we are adding the date of change after 1 month or 2 months from the fresh issuance? I believe no. Sonali, will you please just help me with that?
No, you will keep the you can keep the rate of exchange as it is.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Now
Okay,
we're going to
sorry,
start.
1 minute. You are for the Q surcharge as a penalty, right?
That's correct.
Yeah, so you have already done your fxx command, no? And you're copying it from your fxx command, right? The fare linear. Am I correct? You're
Yes, yes, that's
copying
correct.
yeah, from your fxx command. So in that case, yes, it will be whatever the rate of exchange is as of today. Sorry, Devendra, my bad. Okay, so whatever it is as of today, you will take it from your fxx display. Yeah.
So we already just copy this fare linear from that FXX display. So then you don't need to just change it. Whatever that is coming, paste it in that part. All right. Now we already have checked that the airline is allowing you to show the penalty as a tax code method. And what is the two-letter tax code to be shown for the penalty? XP is the two-letter tax code. So we will go and show the penalty as a tax code method in the TST. How do I update this one? So let me update it. TTK slash T1 slash X is the new tax which is going to be added. And how much is the penalty amount? Tell me, how much is the penalty amount? 5,200. So let me type 5,200 as a XP. That means this is the two-letter code of that penalty slash X. How much is the GST? 260 K3. Is this clear? So this shows that this is a penalty amount, and on the top of the penalty amount, this is the GST applicable. Is this clear? And this is how you update the entire informations. Done? Now, anyone have any question? Because XP is the penalty of tax code method. This is received from the airline, or we have checked from the fare rules as well. And that's how we update it. That's simple. Done? Yes, no? Now we need to update the form of payment. We delete the form of payment, XE line number 10. We add FPO slash cash plus slash cash as a new form of payment. And let me um, go to the next step on the commission table. Now all of you tell me, should I leave the commission as it is, or should I delete the commission and update it as 0? Dave, I think you again forget the same thing. Remember, I told you that if there will be a difference in fares and the taxes, then we should leave the commission as it is. Otherwise, you need to change it to 0. So for my scenario, there is difference in fares, so we keep the FM element as it is. Clear? Then we need to only use the FO command, FO star line number 6 slash P1 to update the FO element. Save every changes in the PNR and then perform TTP slash TKT to pre-validate, and it gives me a message, okay to ticket. Let's do TTP slash RT. There you will see the ticket got reissued. Let me go with an RT and you will see that the ticket has reissued with a new ticket number in the FA line, and the total cost is 10,242 rupees, date, office ID and the ITA number. And this ticket is belongs to for the segment number 2 and 3. Check the TST number. Dave, what is your question? I'm sorry, I did not understand. TWD slash line number 6. Let's look at that here. You will see this e-ticket record. This is showing you that this is reissued ticket having a base fare this much. The total taxes which has been charged is 5,687. Total ad collect is this much. And if I do TWD slash tax, there you will see these are the paid taxes. See, these are the paid taxes, and these are the new taxes which are added. And out of this, this is K3. This is the two-letter tax code of penalty amount. This is the K3 of the penalty, and this is the difference in the fares GST. Is that clear? Is this clear with everyone? So this is how you will update with the example of reissue with the fares and the taxes, including the penalty amount. Let me paste the steps in your chat box, copy, and then we'll move to the next step. What I need to recap, Ayum? Ayum, I do not understand. What I need to recap? The entire topic? Ayum, what I need to recap? Tell me from the first step. Okay, the simple way, I'm going to just recap this with the help of Notepad. Check the e-ticket coupon status and go with the penalty amount. Check the penalty amount. In the penalty amount, you must go and read that there will be a notes line mentioned that whether the penalty is to show as a tax code, Q surcharge, or as an EMD. Done? And post that, you find out the total penalty. Done? Let's go and add the new date, find out the difference, and compare it in the Excel file. Okay. And after getting comparisons, we got to see the total ad collect amount. Share it with the customer if passenger is okay with the changes, save the PNR, and start updating the TST. Then remove the PC flag, and then update the missing elements of the TST. Once we update the missing elements of the TST, then we'll update the set up the TST with the reissue. And then it will change from F to R and X to O. The base fare and the taxes difference and everything changes, correct? Then we'll have to show the total ad collect amount. And to show the total ad collect amount, we'll first of all calculate everything. We have already calculated here in the Excel file. Okay. What we need to do, we need to start showing, first of all, the total ad collect amount, including penalty, difference in fares, and the taxes, as a total ad collect. Now we need to show the breakdown. That means how much is the penalty, how much is the difference in fares, how much difference in the taxes with the help of these commands. So first of all, I'll show the taxes difference, and then I will show the new base fare. So that my topic will be covered for the difference in base fare and the taxes. Clear? Yes, no? Then we will go and update the fare construction line. And then we'll show the total penalty amount. And the total penalty is to show as a Q surcharge or a tax code. So whatever the steps needs to be followed. If it is a tax code, first of all, add the penalty amount and the two-letter tax code followed by the GST. And then you go with update with the payment amount. That means how to update the new form of payment, commission to be left as it is, and you simply associate the ticket number with F4 command and reissue the tickets. Clear? All right. Now, is it clear with everyone? Please let me know. All right. Now, I'm going to start with the one topic, and after that, we'll give you a break, and then we'll start with a new topic, okay? And that topic is related with partial reissuance. Okay. So this is another a very important topic. So please everybody pay attention. All right. So everybody please pay attention here. Now, first of all, let's understand about a partial reissuance. What do you understand by partial reissuance or a partial ticket, partially used ticket? So that means the outbound journey is used by the passenger. Now the inbound journey is going to be changed by the passenger. And in that case, you have to follow certain steps. Is that clear? Okay. Now, what is that? Let me go and start with that steps. So first of all, you get the PNR and you saw that, okay, the travel date is already passed. Yes or no? But can you confirm that whether the passenger is flown, whether the passenger has used this segment or not? How do you confirm that whether the passenger has utilized this segment or not? Absolutely correct. And that is the reason I have already mentioned here in the partially reissuance. We go and check the e-ticket coupon status. Let's go and TWD. Now tell me, is the passenger used this? And the status, it is showing you flown. And the return segment is for 3rd of July. It is a future dated travel. So now, can I go ahead and proceed with the reissuance? Yes or no? Great. So now what we do, we need to go and start with the next step is to find out the penalty. And in the case of penalty, we will go and follow this command. How do I find proceed? fxx slash segment number 2 comma segment number 3. So I'm going to use both the segments to find out the uh, past dated fare, which is 23rd of June 2025. Is it clear? Enter. This is how I got the fare. Now what I'll do, I'll simply go and open FQN1 star PE. Ayum, what I need to repeat? This we have done from the yesterday. There is nothing new I have done. I'm simply typing this command to find out the penalty part. Now, how much is the penalty? Tell me. At a date change, 30 US dollar. But there is one more line mentioned here. One change free of cost. Yes or no? So how do I confirm that? Is there any changes happen in the PNR or not? We'll go and open the ticket image. And then we'll just see that this is a first time issued, because if it was reissued, the base fare indicator changes from F to R. So there is that PNR is a first time issued. So no problem. We can go with a without change fee. So let me delete everything. And we got to know that there is a first time one free of cost. Then that means a penalty is nil. Clear? So we got to see about the penalty part. Now we need to read one thing, very important part. Remember always that in my scenario, I have not shown you, but you must have read the different fare rules, and in the fare rules, you might have gone through after departure fare or a before departure fare. Yes or no? So if you are going to proceed with the partial reissuance, always read the after departure fare rules. Is that clear? So always remember that if you are going to read the fare rules and you are going to do the partial reissuance, always read the rules of after departure, not before departure rules. Because there are so many times after departure, the fare is not allowed for reissuance. Okay, so always read that part. Clear? Now go and sell the new seats. So let's go and sell the new seats. The passenger is looking to prepone his journey from 3rd of July to 2nd of July. Let's do 2nd July. And then sector is Doha to Delhi slash AQR. Done? Yes, no? Now the passenger was booked in mic class and I can see the mic class is here. So I'll simply sell the seats in the mic class. Done? Now the next scenario here, there is a new thing to be added here, which is very important for everybody to learn. Please everybody focus here. Now we need to check and compare the tax difference and the fare difference. And in case of partial reissuance, to find out the new fare, we have to use the R comma date of issuance. Remember, in the previous examples, we were only doing this way, fxx slash the flown segment and the new added segment, which is segment number 2 and 3, that is to be mentioned here. And in the previous examples, we do not mention R comma date of issuance. Yes or no? To find out a new fare. But in case of partial reissuance, we have to mention the R comma date of issuance to get the new fare as on past dated. Is it clear? Yes or no? So that's the number one change. So whenever you are going for a partial reissuance, you first of all have to select the flown segment and the unflown segment. Unflown means the segment which you are going to change. So if I am going to change the segment number 3 is the new segment which is passenger is going to travel. So we have to select both the segments here, the flown segment and the new segment. Clear, Gyandeep? Now, since it's a partial reissuance, we have to add the R comma and the ticket issuance date to get the fare as on past dated. Is it clear, Gyandeep? And this is how you get the new fare. Let me copy that new fare here and paste it. Now I got the new fare. Yes, no? How do I find out the old fare? Let's go and open the TWD and TWD slash tax. TWD slash tax. Abhijit, what I need to repeat? These steps we have already performed. So should I repeat this TWD command? Okay. Everybody, please pay attention here. I know you all are working in your office, but this is very important. So please, everybody, pay attention here. Okay? You all are investing your time to learn something. So everybody, please pay attention. Now, since I have added the new travel date, okay, Abhijit, here I have added the new travel date. Now, how do I find out? Tell me, Abhijit, how do we use to find out the new fare? What command will use? We used to use the command. Tell me the command fxx slash the segment numbers. So tell me, as a new travel date, as a new round trip journey, what should be the segment numbers? The flown segments and the new segment. So which is passenger is looking to change. Is it clear, Abhijit? So segment number 2, comma, segment number 3. Now, since the passenger has already used one of the segment, which means it's a partially used PNR, now you wanted to price and get the fare. So don't forget to use slash R comma and the ticket issuance date. Now, this command to be only used in case of partially used PNR or partially used fare. Is it clear? Is it clear with everyone? Anyone else have they don't understand? Please let me know. Anyone else have any other wanted to repeat again? Vrushali, Tanveer, Saurav. Change is happening fourth time. Should we follow the same steps? Yes, you should follow the same steps. But remember, if it is a fourth time or a seventh time, so that depends that whatever the travel ticket issuance date is mentioned here in the FA line, that should have to be used. Is that clear, Gyandeep? All right, next. The next thing is we have to find out the new fare and the old fare, which we have already copy pasted. Yes? Now let's go and start comparing. Now, all of you tell me, do you see any base fare difference? Now tell me, if I simply copy the taxes here, now compare the taxes and tell me, is there any tax difference? Look at the tax part and tell me, is there any tax difference? Quickly tell me, is there any tax difference? YQ, YR, IN, K3, everything is same. Yes or no? So there is no base fare difference, no tax difference. Clear? And we have already checked that there is nil penalty. Nil penalty, nil fare difference, nil tax difference. Clear? Okay. Now we are done with these steps. We have calculated everything. Now I'm going to add one thing extra, and that is that there are many times that outbound segment is not reflecting in the PNR. There are many times happen because the PNR is past dated. So what happened that the segment got purged and the segment is not going to reflect there. Now, if the outbound segment is not reflecting and the passenger called you to do the reissuance, so then how did you price the PNR with the flown segment? Because my scenario, my outbound flown segment was showing in the PNR, so I simply put down the flown segment. Now, if that thing if that thing is not reflecting, then what will you do? Then you need to add the outbound segment in the PNR as a ghost segment. And this should be only done for the pricing purpose. We do not save it. Is that clear? And how do you say, how do you add the ghost segment in the PNR? Here are the 3 steps or 4 steps involved. Step number 1, check the air segment history. Now, why do I need to check the air segment history? Because there are many times if the segment is not showing you here, so how do you find out that what was the past dated travel date, what was his journey, in which class of service he was booked? Yes or no? So then you will type a command RHA. RHI will give you the entire itinerary history. But why do I need to go and entire itinerary history? I wanted to see the only history of the air segment. So I'll type the command RHA. Now I can see that this is my segment. which is added, which was my first outbound journey. Is it clear? So I'll simply put down the command as this way. See, the command SS. So SS is the command that will add the ghost segment, then followed by the airline flight number. So for my example, how is the what is the flight number? QR571. So let's type the QR571. Now followed by the class of service. So for my example, the class of service is M. Now the travel date. So what was my travel date? 23rd of June. So let's add 23rd of June. And don't forget to add the year also. So if it was, let's take an example, the travel date was 23rd of June 2024. So you don't forget to type this year also. Is this clear? And then followed by the origin and the destination. So my origin and destination is Delhi to Doha. Followed by the GK1. Now, what does this GK1 stands? GK is called the ghost segment, and for how many passengers you are creating a ghost segment. So if there are two passengers in this PNR, so don't forget to type GK2. If there is a single passenger, type single passenger. Is this clear? Then put a slash and enter the PNR number. So here I'll copy the PNR number and enter. And this is how I'll be able to add the ghost segment in the PNR. See, the ghost segment gets added. Yes, no? Is it clear? All right. Now the step number 3 is, now you can see the segment is available. Now with the help of FXX and the ghost segment, because this is my already a flown segment and my new segment, and then slash comma r comma date of issuance. With the help of that command, you will get the price of the journey. Date of travel, Gyandeep, date of travel. See, here I have entered the date of travel, which is 23rd of June 2025. Is this clear? Now, once we get this fare, then remove the GK segment. And how did you remove the GK segment? With the help of IR command. Clear? Yes, no? Is this clear? Done. And then, because do not save the GK segment in the PNR. Always remember, do not save the GK segment. Now, once the passenger is okay with the changes, then you save the PNR and follow the rest of the steps. Okay? Is this clear? So let me do that steps here. Give me one second. Let me do that particular steps here. Uh, one second. Hmm. Now all of you can see this. I have already added. We have already done every calculation and everything. Now, since everything is zero, so I'm 100% sure the passenger will be okay with the changes. He said, okay, go ahead with the changes part. I'm okay. Please proceed with. Save the changes. Done. Now we'll proceed with the TST updations for the partial reissuance. And how do we update that part? This should be done with very precautionary steps. So please follow that one. What should I do? Now, since it is a partial reissuance, how do we update the TST? With the help of command TTU slash the segment number. Now here, don't forget and don't add the flown segment. And this is why I have mentioned. So TST updation for the partial reissuance. update the live segments only. Do not enter the flown segments in the TST, which means at the time of TTU, we will simply update the TTU slash segment number 3 only. Is this clear? Enter. Now, if I open the TST, you will see my TST got updated. Is this clear? And then save the PNR, cancel the unwanted segment and save the PNR. Is this clear? XE and cancelling the fourth segment, save the PNR, and then you will follow the similar steps. Update the missing elements of the TST, then set up the TST for the reissuance, then again update the if there will be any additional collection, we will update the total ad collect. Then again we'll show the taxes difference. Again show will the new fares, and then we'll update the fare construction line if there will be, and then we'll go with the rest of the parts. Is this clear? So the rest of the steps will be similar one. The NVA will be always 23rd of June. Is that clear? The NVB depends on the new fare. So if you do it here, and if you get the new fare, so here you will see the new fare is 23rd of June. So you will mention that. As per the FXX display, you go ahead. All right? If their NVA is not mentioned, it means that it is a 23rd of June first outbound journey. Clear, Devendra? Is it clear? Any questions here? So I am going to paste the steps of the partial reissuance in your notepad. Please copy it. How do you add the ghost segment? That also steps I am going to provide it to you. Uh, Command ttk slash beat. Yes, Devendra. Why do you mention 23rd July? Devendra, tell me. Since as per the FXX display, my NVB is 23rd of June. And there is no NVA mentioned. So you always know that the fare is valid for either 1 year. If it is less than 1 year fare, the NVA will automatically come here. If NVA is blank, always use the first outbound journey. Clear? If you are not able to copy, that means you have joined the session with the Zoom application. So in that condition, um, you can re-log in, you can rejoin, and at the end of the session, I'll just give you the same notes in your chat box. But try and join with the web browser of the Zoom. Do not try with the login with the web application of the Zoom. Okay, that is the reason you will not be able to copy that. Is this clear? All right. Now I have pasted the notes in the chat box. Let's do a break. Break. till our next agenda. Now, since we have completed our topic till the reissuance steps, we are we have done with the reissuance without penalty, without fair difference, revalidations we have completed, with penalty and with difference we have completed, and for the penalty amount we have completed a Q surcharge followed by the tax code. Okay. In corporate bookings, the modification happens multiple times. So how do we proceed? Like, should we follow the same steps each time, recent old segment as the reference? Um, so basically, Gyandeep, you're asking me multiple reissuance, correct? Okay. Um, let the session go at the end. We'll see. I'll show it to you how do you perform the multiple reissuance. There are only 2 steps extra that will give you how to do the multiple reissuance steps. Okay. Let the topics cover up and then we'll discuss that part. Okay. All right. Now we are going to start with the new topic, which is EMD. Because in the reissuance, there is a third method which airline allow you to update the penalty, and that third method is EMD. Yes or no? So then we will today learn what is EMD and how do we issue an EMD. Is this clear? So everybody, please pay attention here. Now we are going to start with a new topic, which is EMD. Full form is Electronic Miscellaneous Document. Okay. Now, the electronic miscellaneous document is used to issue any document which is or anything extra from the fare. Like if the fare, if there is a base fare amount in the taxes, whatever we issue that comes under the e-tickets. But apart from the fare, like there is seat, the customer is making the payment of the seats, so that does not go into the fare. Then you always have to issue a miscellaneous and a document that called as an EMD. So here it is mentioned in the part that it enables the agents to issue documents for the travel related services. What are the other travel related services? Chargeable seats, excess baggage, miscellaneous charge, and the penalty fees and the group deposit fees. So these are the examples of the EMD services. Okay. Is this clear? And there are 2 types of EMDs. The number one is called as a standalone EMD. Number 2 is associated EMD. And how do you identify that this is a standalone EMD and this is an associated EMD? So once I will show you the EMD, you will see there is a line and there is a same word mentioned in the EMD part, that is EMDS, that is standalone EMD, EMDA, that is called as an associated EMD. Okay. And what is the difference between a standalone EMD and an associated EMD? So standalone EMD is not associated with the e-ticket coupon. So whenever we open an e-ticket coupon, where do we find out the ticket number, e-ticket number? Tell me, how do I see the ticket e-ticket number? TWD. So in the e-ticket coupon number, you will not see the stand-alone EMD. But whenever any EMD is issued as an associated EMD, in the e-ticket coupon number, you will see the associated EMD numbers. So that I will show you also in the in one of the examples. Is that clear with that 2 types of EMD? Is this clear? Anyone have any questions about the difference in standalone EMD and the associated EMD? Anyone have any questions? I'm waiting for your reply in the chat. If no question, type no. Okay. Thank you so very much. Now we are going to start with the next topic, the next information that since, remember, before the ticket issuance, we have discussed about so many help pages of the ticketings. Yes or no? So this is also a EMD document. So similarly, we are going to discuss so many help pages related to the EMD document. And the first command will display the list of airlines who all are using EMD in the India market. And the command is egvd/cin. This will show me all the list of airlines which are distributing the EMD services in the India country. And here is the list. Understood the first command? The next command. This will display me the list of the countries. Let me do that. EGCD/C, and let me do the two-letter code AI, or let me do the two-letter code LH. Here you will see that Lufthansa airline, for the Lufthansa airline, where are the EMD deployed? Where are the EMD allowed to be issued? So these are the list of the countries. Do you see the India country here? So with the help of this command, I'll be able to see that, okay, for that particular airline in my India country, is it allowed? Now the next command will display me the list of EMD service for any single airline. So I wanted to know what all the list of services that are allowed to be issued for the Lufthansa airline. So this will show me the list of EMD services for the airline. Is this clear? Yes, for any country. EGVD/C and the two-letter code will help for any country. You can type for the Sri Lanka LK. That will give you the example. Okay, Nishani? All right. Now here we already have displayed the list of the EMD services for an airline. Now let's go and read about the display. Okay. So here, can anyone tell me on the page number 1, how many list of EMD services are allowed? 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 19 on the page number 1. Now if I do MD, you will see the many more lists. Now how many total EMD services are allowed, that is allowed for the Lufthansa airline? 29. Now on the right hand side, there is a description given that will give you the answer that what type of EMD services are given by the airline. So the first one is as a seat reservation, cash upgrade, followed by these additional baggages, prepaid baggages. Getting my point? Is this clear? Now, if this is a EMD service, that what type of EMD service is allowed? Is this allowed for the travel agent to issue or not? So the answer would be yes. Wherever you see there is a yes mentioned, that means these EMD services are allowed by the airline, the travel agents can issue. And wherever it is showing no, this means these list of the EMD services are not allowed by the travel agents to issue. Clear? Yes, no? Now, the next important thing is that beside the travel agent issuance, there is a book Now, what does this book means? That for that particular EMD service, what is the booking method? So there is a two booking method. One is called as an SSR and the other is SVC. So if any EMD service has a booking method SSR, which means you have to add special service request in the PNR, and then you will be able to issue that particular EMD service. Is that clear? And whenever there is a booking method SVC, it means you have to add a SVC line, and that will give you the allow you to issue the EMD service. Is this clear? So what are the different methods, booking methods for EMD service? Is this clear? Yes, no, please let me know. Waiting for the response, guys. All right. Next, the next information is about RFIC. What is RFIC? So now understand the RFIC. The full form is reason for issuing code. For every EMD service, there is a reason for issuing, and each of the reason for issuing code is grouped with a single letter. So do you see, there is a reason for issuing the EMD service and the group is called A. And how many EMD service are allowed for the RFIC categorized under A? There are two EMD service. Yes or no? And how many list of the EMD services allowed for the reason for issuing C category? Now you might ask me a question, what is this A called? What is this C called? So if you wanted to know all the list of EMD services to be described, let me open in the screen here. HERFIC. And if you wanted to read, let's go and read about it. If there is a reason for issuing an EMD service categorized under A, what is the reason? That is related with air transportation. Is this clear? Now, there is a reason for issuing the EMD service from the line number 3 to line number 6. What is the reason? What is the description for this reason? Code C, baggage. And that's why it is mentioned additional baggage, prepaid baggage, second baggage. Is this clear? RFIC? And for each reason of issuing this EMD service, there is a subcode given. Because for each of the reason, there is a subcode given, and you don't have to remember these codes. Okay? Whenever you are going to issue any EMD service, you simply have to remember one thing, the 4-letter code for that particular EMD service. And that code is given beside this RFIC. And whenever you use this code, the system will automatically pick this RFIC and the subcode and the description of that EMD service also, the RFIC code. Is that clear? So if I ask you a question, if I have to issue uh, additional baggage for the Lufthansa airline, what is the 4-letter code that I will use in the PNR? What is the 4-letter code? M bag. Clear? So you simply have to add the M bag in the PNR, and that will automatically add the information. which means the EMD service will be the list of the reason for issuing EMD service, and the subcode gets automatically added. So only you have to remember this one. Now, this also you don't need to remember, because I have already shown you the command. With the help of command, you'll be easily got to know about the 4-letter code. Is it clear? Now, if you remember, the moment I type this command, there are so many EMD services which the travel agent is not allowed to issue. I don't want it to display those EMD service which the travel agent do not want it to display, or which the travel agent will not be allowed to issue. So then I will type the simple TA / TA. Now you will not be able to see those EMD service which a travel agent is not allowed to issue. Is this clear? Is it clear with everyone? Okay. Now the next thing. The next information is very much important. Please everybody focus. Pay attention here. Everybody please pay attention. Now what is that? Now there are so many EMD services which are non-refundable, or there are so many EMD service which are refundable. How do you get to know which of the EMD service is refundable or non-refundable? So if I wanted to know about any EMD service, if I wanted to read detailed information about any EMD service, I will type this command egsd/line number. egsd/line number. Tell me, if I wanted to read about the EMD service for line number 4, I'll type this line number 4. And the moment I press enter, it gives me a details that this is for an additional baggage. What is the booking method? SSR. That means we have to add an SSR line in the PNR. Is this refundable? Tell me. Yes, but what is the condition for the refundable? If you have priced it manually, then it is refundable. Otherwise, if it has been automatically priced, it is non-refundable. Automatically priced means the EMD service can also be priced through automatically with the help of a command. And the EMD service or the EMD can be created manually, like we created manual TST, we create the manual EMD also. Okay? Is this clear? Similarly, is this exchangeable? Yes, only for the manual pricings. Is this endorsable? Yes. Is this interlineable? Yes. Is this issuable by the travel agents? Yes. Is the travel agent allowed to associate and do de-associate? That means, let's take an example that there is a additional baggage added, and the travel date was 10th of July or any travel date. So that means this is an associated EMD which is associated with the certain date of travel. Customer changed the travel date. Now, will the travel agent allow to associate and de-associate? The answer is no. So then who will be allowed to associate and de-associate? The airline. So before going to change the travel date, please connect with an airline. Sir, there is an additional baggage and I have created the additional baggage through automatically. So I will not get a refund. So will I get will you de-associate and associate with the new travel date? You need to get it touch with an airline. Is this clear? Is this clear with everyone? So this is how it is very, very important for you to read for every EMD service, whether it is um, refundable or non-refundable. Auto EMD command. Auto EMD, come on, Dave, I'm coming to that topic. Okay, just let's go step by step. Clear? Yes, no? Now I'm going to start with the first command and the first EMD service, and that is associated EMD. How do I find out the associated EMD? That we'll also show. And that is related with a prepaid seat, and that is a unticketed PNR. So let me retrieve that PNR first of all, and I'll ask the question with everybody whether it is a ticketed PNR or an unticketed PNR. Now all of you tell me, is the PNR ticketed? Is the PNR have a TST? No TST. Clear? Great. Now, for if I wanted, if the PNR is created, now the customer suddenly asks you that, okay, I wanted to add a specific seat number, or I wanted to add a specific type of seat for my journey. Now, before the ticket issuance, before the pricing, he wanted to know the price of the seat. And how will I give the price to the passenger? So will you be able to provide him the price of the seat? Let's check it out. How do I get the information? So let's first of all, the customer said, okay, tell me, is that seat a chargeable or a non-chargeable? So what I'm going to do, I'm simply going to type a command that will display me the seat map through graphical. And do you know what is the command to display the seat map through graphical? Absolutely correct. SM. This will display me the seat map. Now, the moment I open the seat map, here you will see all the seats which are showing on a dollar sign means these are chargeable seats. And if I simply scroll down, there is none of the seats which are free of cost. Yes or no? And the passenger wanted to get his seats as per his choice. And his choice is, I wanted an extra head space or an extra legroom space seat. So how do I go and add the extra legroom space seats? How do I get to know? So then there is a seat feature option. Go and click on the seat feature option. Here you will see all the types of different seat features. Are you looking for an aisle seat? Are you looking for a bulkhead seat? Are you looking for an excess legroom space seat? Are you looking for any pet cabin seats or any seat adjacent to the lavatory? So these are the different informations. So if you wanted a bulkhead seat, click on the bulkhead seat, and the system will automatically highlight those seats which are bulkhead. And how many seats are available? 16 seats. Clear? Come to the passenger tab. Now, all of those bulkhead seats are chargeable. Yes or no? These 3 seats and 4, 3, 7, 7 to 9, 9 and 4, 13, and 3, 16 seats. Clear? Now, the passenger wanted, okay, if it is a chargeable seat, let me know how much is the charge. And if I hover my mouse here, I'll not be able to get the price of this. Why? Because I have not priced the journey. And that is the reason I'll not be able to get the fare of that seat here. So how do I get to know about the fare of the seats? So first of all, let me close the seat map, and to know about the fare of the seat, first of all, we need to know about the fare of this PNR. And then how do I price this PNR? Let's go and do this FXP. So always remember, here I got to know about the fare of this TST. Let's go again, open this SM, and then if I simply hover my mouse there, now I'll be able to get to know about the fares. Yes or no? Is it clear? Is it clear with everyone? Great. Now, the next scenario. What is the next scenario? The next scenario is that passenger has informed you that I want a bulkhead seat no matter about a cost. Go ahead and make the bookings. Okay, and do let me know that which one is the seat number that you have added. And one more preference he has given, that add the bulkhead seat on a window side. I don't want it a center seat or a aisle seat. Is it clear? So what does it mean? I am going to simply open the seat map, and as we have already checked that which one is the bulkhead seat, and the passenger has given me a option to go and block the seat of bulkhead window side. I select the window side seat because this is already blocked. So I selected this one, and this seat is for this passenger for my outbound journey Delhi to YYZ. Click on the book seat. Done. Is this clear? And then if I simply click on the next return journey also, I click on the drop down segments, again click on this bulkhead seat window side for the return journey and click on book. Now here I have no idea about the fare part. The customer said, okay, let me know the charges before going to do the ticketing. I have selected this part, and give me the separate information about the fare and the seats cost separately. So here I selected the seat. Both of those seats are got booked up. You can see the green seat has come up. Green option that means selected. Close the seat map. Now, the moment you close the seat map, you will see two extra lines added in the PNR. What are the two extra lines and what are the numbers? Those are line number 6 and the 7. Devendra, the line number 8 is for the passport details. So this is already added. Dev, the segment 2 and 3 is the segment. So what are the two extra lines that is added? We just have added the seats. These are segment number 6 and the segment number 7. And is what type of this service is? This service is a special service request. And how do I get to know that this special service request is a free of cost or a chargeable one? Just before the SSR, there is a slash line given. So whenever there is a slash given, means this is a chargeable seats or a chargeable special service request. Clear? Dave and everybody? Great. And this special service request is what type of this special service request we are going to add? This is an RQST. So remember I shown you one example. Let me go and show you that part here. Um, the list of EMD services. Let me show you that part, which is EGSD slash V and the two-letter airline code. And here you will see that this is the seat has been added. Clear? Is this clear with everyone? Now, we have added the seats, and I'm going to show you the steps from here. Now, display the seat map, add the seat from the seat map. Now, what is the way to display the pricing information of the seat map? So remember, first of all, we have to do the pricing of the PNR. So if I price the PNR, I will do FXP. Here I got the pricings entry. I can say, so 99,000 rupees is the price of the the journey. How much is the price for the seat? And how do I get to know about the price of the seat? With the help of command FXH. FXH. So, one second. Hmm. So the FXX is equivalent to the FXG. Why? And how it happened? Let me open an Excel file and I'll show it to you here one by one. Let me paste everything. Uh, See, because whenever we are pricing the journey, which command we perform? Tell me, which command we perform for pricing the journey? FXX. And for pricing any chargeable seats or any chargeable SSR, we use the command FXH. Clear? Is this clear? Is this clear with everyone? So how do I price it? Let's do then FXH. And I got to know about the price. You can say about that 22,000 rupees is the cost of the total seats cost. Okay, you can add this in the calculator. 10,982 into 2. So that is 21,964 rupees. Rounded to the 22,000 rupees is the seat cost. Is this clear? How did you find out that? Display of um the fare. Is it clear? Okay. Now let's go to the notepad. Once we get the fare information, we will need to store the cost of the seats or the cost of the SSR element, because we have already created the fare as an TST. So we need to create a TSM also. And how do we create the TSM? With the help of command FXG. For fare TST creation, we use FXP. And for the TSM to be created, which we use the command FXG. This will display the fare and store the fare for the chargeable SSR. Is this clear? So how do I store the fare? FXG. It will display me the fare, and if I show you, there is a TSM also generated. So FXP will create a TST and FXG will create a TSM. Okay, and that will store the fare for all the chargeable SSR request. Is this clear? So TST is created in the PNR and TST is created for the EMD. Sorry, TSM is created for EMD. Is it clear? TST is for the PNR and TSM is for the EMD. Okay. And the full form of TST is, transitional stored ticket, and TSM is transitional stored miscellaneous document. Clear? Now, how do you display the TSM? So tell me, if I wanted to display the TST, which command I will type here? TQT. Similarly, if I wanted to display the TSM, which command I will type? TQM. So let's do this. Now, what happened here? How many TSM numbers has been generated? There are two TSM numbers generated, TSM number 1, TSM number 2. It is similar to that TST. Okay, the way the TST multiple times TST get generated, similarly here there are two TSM generated. And if I wanted to display the TSM number 1, so how do I display the TSM number 1? TQM slash M1. Open it. And this is how you will see the TSM informations. That is, it is related with the TSM. Now, the similar, if you go and open the TST, you will see so many informations. Yes or no? Like the TSM number, the pricing record locator, the office ID, the FCPI indicators, the fare informations. Yes or no? Similarly, in the TSM, you will see the similar informations. Now, what all the informations are there? This is TSM number. This is the pricing record locator. This is the through which office ID the TSM is created. Who is the person created this TSM? Naveen Mishra. What is the date of TSM created? And this is the pricing information about the TSM. So remember, there was an FCPI indicator. Yes, no? Which was showing you auto pricing indicator in the TST. Similarly, in the TSM also, you will see the auto pricing entry. And how do you find out that the TSM is created auto priced? It shows 00. So now if I ask you a question that if the TSM is created auto priced, and as we have read that for auto priced TSM, the TSM is non-refundable. So is it refundable TSM or non-refundable? It's a non-refundable one. Clear? So how did you get to know that it is an auto-priced TSM? With the help of this indicator. This is an international ticket, and in the TSM, what type of EMD service we are going to issue. So this suggests this is an associated EMD. Is this clear? And for which carrier? This is an Air Canada. Name of the passenger. And remember, I told you, whenever you are going to issue an EMD service, there is a reason for issuance, and that is A. And the subcategory is A. The description is this is related with air transportation. And the subcode is 0B5. This is related with which type? Seat fees. And who is the owner of this seat fees? Air Canada. And this seat is for which line number? Line number 6. And there is a service remarks. And what is the origin and the destination for this EMD service? Delhi Toronto. Is it refundable or non-refundable? It's non-refundable. In this TSM, it gets displayed everything. And how much is the fare? 10,459. Including the GST, this becomes 10,982 rupees. Clear? Yes, no? So this is how we read about the TSM. But why non-refundable in case of auto and refundable in case of manual? It is just because of the airline's policy. And they have written in the fare rules. That's why it is non-refundable and refundable. Clear, Gyandeep? Okay. Now let's come to the notepad. Since we have already understood about the TSM information, now if I ask you a question, if I wanted to open the TSM number 2, which command I will perform here to open the TSM number 2? TQM slash M2. Abhijit, not only 2 and not TQM2. You have to mention TQM slash M2. Okay. Now, if I ask you a question for this TSM number, where is the line number? That means where is the SSR line number added? What is the SSR line number? Where do you see this SSR line number? Here do you see the SSR line number? And this EMD service, this TSM number is originating from which city to which city? Toronto to Delhi. No Nishani, Delhi to Toronto. This is Toronto, Delhi. This is how you can read about it. Clear? All right. Now, we have updated the, that means we have already created the TSM. Now, if I have to go and perform the next step is to update the form of payment, because there is no form of payment updated. And since this is a new document number to be issued, so we will have to update the form of payment with the command TMI/M1. Now you can see the Excel also. So if I have to update the form of payment for the fare part, which command we use? FP cash if it is a cash. If it is a credit card, we use FP SAR and the credit card. And to update the similar form of payment for the EMD, we use the command TMI/M1/FP-cash. Enter. So this is how I will update the form of payment. Now, if I have to update the form of payment for the second TSM number, I'll simply change the TSM number and perform the command. And I am at the TSM number 2, and the TSM number 2 also gets updated with the form of payment. Clear? Yes, no? Done. Now, let's get save everything in the PNR. Now tell me, is my PNR ready for issuance and is my EMD ready for issuance? Look at the PNR and tell me the answer. Then we said no. Gagandeep said, tell me yes. So Gagandeep, now tell me, if my PNR is ready for the issuance, so very nice, Abhijit. FM is pending. Very nice. Now FM is for the fare part. So we'll have to update the fare part also. So you can do one more thing. You can run the command ttp/tkt. Let's check first of all, is my PNR ready for issuance? Is everything added in the PNR? Let's go and check it out. So it gives me a message, the form of payment is missing. So we have not updated the form of payment for the TST. So let's go and add the form of payment, FP cash. Done. Now we have not added the commission also. So let me go and add FM0. Done. And now let's save everything. Done. Now what is the next thing? Now if I have updated all the mandatory elements of the ticket issuance and the EMD issuance, Then how do I pre-validate that, okay, is my PNR ready for issuance? Is my EMD ready for issuance together? So then if we know the command to issue the PNR is TTP. Yes or no? What is the command for the PNR to be issued? TTP. So similarly, what is the command for the EMD issuance? TTM is the command. So if I have to issue, or if I wanted to issue the PNR and the EMD together, I will type TTP/TTM. Now, if I wanted to pre-validate everything together, I'll type TKT, which will first of all check, is my PNR ready for issuance? The second command will check, is my PNR, is my EMD ready for issuance? And let's do this. It gives me a message. OK ticket means my PNR is ready for issuance, and /EMD, that means my my EMD is also ready for issuance. Clear? I will simply do remove this TKT command and press enter. So what happened here? I issued the PNR followed by the EMD issuance, and it gives me a message, OK e-ticket EMD. But if I do simple RT and copy this PNR from here and press it, now tell me how many FA and FB elements gets generated. Tell me how many FA and FB elements gets generated. 3 FA and 3 FB elements. Okay. So FB elements always gets generated as based on the TST or the TSM, and FA elements also gets generated based on the TST. Okay. So if I ask you a question, how do I get to know that which one is the FA line is the e-ticket line number and which one is the FA line for the EMD line number? Because there are 3 FA lines getting generated, which means out of the 3, one or 2 will be the e-ticket number and the other will be a EMD number. How do I get to know? So look at the first FA line. Here, the first FA line is telling me this is for the passenger. Here is the ticket number, and this is ET mentioned. ET stands as a electronic ticket number. That means this is for the segment fare. That means this ticket number belongs to the segment number 2 and the segment number 3. And this is also mentioned at segment number 2 and 3. How much is the cost? 99,000. The date followed by the IATA number and the segment numbers. Clear? Now let's look at the next 2 FA line numbers, 11 and 12. Those are given here with the ticket number, which starts with 014, but there is a word mentioned DT. DT called the EMD number, and this EMD is issued for Air Canada. How much is the cost? 10,982, and rest you know it. Now there is one more line on information which is mentioned, E6. E6 means this is an this EMD number is associated with E number, that means the line number 6, and this line number this ticket number is for line number 7. Element number 6, element number 7. Clear? Is this clear? Okay. Now the next information. If I wanted, now always remember that once an associate EMD is issued, the e-ticket number will auto get updated in the TSM. So if I open the TSM here, if I open the TSM, let me show you one example. Here you will see the ticket number automatically gets updated as an ICW. That means this is issued in connection with this ticket number. That means this ticket number is issued in connection with that. Is this clear? Remember, I told you, since it's an there you will see the ticket number. That means the EMD number in this e-ticket record. Is this clear? And that's why it is telling you, and that's why it is said as an associated EMD. So this e-ticket record is associated with this EMD number. Is it clear? And that's why it is showing you here A, associated. Clear with that part? Yes, no? Now, this EMD number is associated with these or with this ticket number. Clear? Is this clear with everyone? Anyone have any question? And EMD is associated with the e-ticket number. Okay? So this EMD number is associated with this ticket number. Now, the next information. If I wanted to open the e-ticket record, we always use the command TWD, or if there are multiple FA lines for the e-ticket record, we use TWD slash the line number. Similarly, if I wanted to open the EMD image, or if I wanted to display the EMD record copy, how do I open the EMD record copy? With the help of a command EWD. So I type the command EWD slash the line number 11 and let me open that. So here you will see this is my EMD image copy, or you can say the EMD record copy followed with this EMD number, and this is the informations given international, and this is the information of FCPI, that is how the EMD is created, that is an automatically point of issuance, date of issuance, IATA of issuance, and these are the record locators. This is the name of the passenger, what is the reason for issuing this EMD service, and this is for air transportation. Here are the remarks given. Okay, now this is for the coupon number 1. So remember, in the e-tickets also, e-ticket record, there is a coupon number 1 and coupon number 2. Yes or no? This is coupon number 1, coupon number 2. Similarly, the EMD has, or the EMD display has the coupon numbers, and this is for the subcode. AC stands Air Canada, Delhi, Toronto, and that coupon status is showing open, like the e-ticket record, the status will show open. Similarly, for the EMD record copy also, the status is showing open. Is this clear? Description non-refundable, and these are the informations given. And this is the ticket number, e-ticket number. Okay, and here you will see the fare breakdowns. Is this clear with everyone? Clear? Any question? Now, the next two commands, which is very much important, because there are many times the passenger always asks you to send me the EMD copy on my email. And how do you send the EMD copy? So the EMD copy means the information about the fares. I gave you the example here, TTP/TTM/M1. This is for the TST number 1 and this is for the TSM number 1 together. Okay, now how do you send the EMD? The EMD image copy on the passenger's email ID. So here you can run the command EWD/EMD and the sorry, how do you email the EMD copy to the passenger's email ID? EMR/EPR and EML and the email ID. This is the command. Okay, you can use this command and send it to the passenger's email ID. Now let me send you the steps of the EMD in your chat box. Copy, and then we'll proceed with the next topic. Clear? Noted? Let me know everybody has noted or not. If noted by everyone, let me know. Aritra Chatterjee noted. Yes, for the multiple passengers, you have to mention them passenger numbers. That's it. Yes. Now, can we start with the next example? And the next example is and the next scenario is for uh, associated EMD related with the baggage allowance. That how do you issue the EMD for the baggage allowance? And that EMD issuance is for the baggage allowance on the ticketed PNR. Now let me ask you a question. Is the PNR ticketed? Yes, no? All right. So if the PNR is ticketed, so then we will go and start adding the SSR baggage. That means the baggage informations. And how do we add the baggage information? We can add the baggage information in two ways. Number one, through the graphical way, and number two, through the cryptic way. First of all, if I wanted to add the baggage information through the graphical way, run the command SR and a graphical page displayed here. And here you will see, okay, there is a baggage part. Click on the baggage and you will see that, okay, there is a chargeable baggage. And I wanted to add an additional baggage for the passenger that is costing me 33,672 rupees. Clear? Is this refundable? So it is crossed that no, it is not refundable. Is this exchangeable? Yes, it is exchangeable. Clear? So if I click on this part, you'll be able to see that, okay, this is excess baggage is for passenger number 1, segment number 1 and segment number 2. That means for both the segments, I'm going to select and give the fare. Okay. However, if you do not want it to add the segment number 2, the baggage, you simply remove it. The moment you remove, the system will ask you to update the price. Do you see? Click on update price. Let the price gets updated by the system. I think um again I think it got stuck. Meanwhile, I'm opening in a new command that has been stuck. No problem. Let me open the same PNR into a new login screen. Let me retrieve that PNR. Here, I think there has been stuck. No problem. So let me go and again open the SR command. Now I have already informed you that how do you go and select the baggage part. Yes, no? Clear? Now, from here, if you simply wanted to go and do both commands together, what does this both command? That fxh, because here it is already displaying you the fare, so you don't require the fxh command which will display the fare. So if I wanted to go and book and price the PNR, that means that will create a TSM. I will simply click on this line. The moment you click on this information, the system will give you the service was successfully booked and priced with the corresponding TSM created. Now, if I wanted to go and select the service which I can select through cryptic service, what is the command that I will use? All right. Next, the next information is that if I have already added the TSM number, that means with the help of a graphical way, now how do I do the same command? That means the same additional services through graphical way. Okay. Sorry, through cryptic way. I'm sorry. The graphical way we have already done, through the cryptic way. And if I wanted to do the services to be added through cryptic service, what is the command that we use? fxk. Let's go and do fxk. fxk. The moment I do fxk, here I will get all the list of the the services which I can select. Now, if I wanted to go and select one of the services, I will simply type FWK and the line number FWK. Now let's take an example. I wanted to select the service line number 2. I wanted to select the service line number 4. Or let me go and do MD. If I wanted to select the line number 7, line number 8, line number 9. Yes or no? So I will type FWK and the service line number. That particular service gets selected. Okay, is that clear? Now I'm going to do the same thing with the graphical way. Let me select this service, click on book. Now my service is booked. Now let me cross it. Okay, Tanveer, the command is, first of all, you type fxk. This fxk will display you the services which are available for the all the services will gets displayed. All the flight related services gets displayed. Clear, Tanveer? Now, out of the list of the services, if you wanted to go and select one of the service, like I wanted to book this, select this third service, fourth service, or any first service, you type FWK, FWK, and the service line number. That's it, which I have already mentioned. And the moment you do this command, the baggage is added from the service catalog, the SSR is automatically added, and the TSM is auto created also. So if you see here, I have already created the TSM, and you will see the SSR line is automatically added. Yes or no? Is it clear, Tanveer? So now here it is showing you the name of the passenger. This is for the baggage, additional baggage, operating carrier and fee owner. This is mentioned at line number 6. This is the service characteristics, non-refundable, and the excess baggage is one piece rate. And here you will see the total baggage information. Clear? Yes, no? So we have already discussed about these details. Now, what is the next thing? The next thing is about adding the form of payment. Now tell me, if I have to add the form of payment for my first TSM number, how do I add the form of payment? Tell me the command to add the form of payment. Arita, Miss Chatterjee, uh, I hope everybody is forgetting that command to add the form of payment. See, the FP cache will not work, Nishani. You have to mention TMI slash M1 slash FP hyphen cache. Clear? Now you will see the form of payment gets added. Similarly, if you wanted to add the form of payment for the TSM number 2, type this one, and the second TSM numbers gets added with the form of payment. Clear? Save everything. Now remember, the fare got some time limit. Similarly, the EMD also given as a time limit, and there is a time limit coming off from the airline. Getting my point? And that is OPW added for the EMD service. That for 25th of June, by this time you have to do this. You have to just issue this EMD service. Clear? Is this clear? Done. Now, I already have issued the ticket. My ticket is already issued. That means my PNR is already issued. Now I only have to issue the EMD number. And how do I issue the only EMD number with the help of a command? TTM. So TTM is the command to issue the EMD. Now, if I only wanted to issue the EMD number 1 or EMD number 2, I can type that one. Or if I wanted to issue all the EMD together, I don't mention any EMD numbers. TTM, done. My all the EMD got issued. Okay, is that clear with everyone? Now you can see the two FA lines automatically gets added for the element number 6 and the element number 7, which is 6 and the 7. And these 6 and 7 is associated with the segment number 2 and the segment number 3. So this bag is associated with segment number 2, that means outbound journey, and this is associated with for the inbound journey. Clear? Yes, no? Card CM. I did not understand card EMD Dev. Credit card. Okay. Sonali has already replied. Please copy paste. Now, here I'm going to paste this associated EMD baggage in the chat box. Please do not. Once noted by everyone, then please let me know, and then we'll cover the one more topic, which is how do we issue the EMD service for the date change penalty, where the airline is asking you to show the penalty as an EMD method. Okay, clear? Noted by everyone, please let me know. All right, now here, look at the difference, another scenario of the EMD service. Now, here is a PNR and the passenger requesting you for the change. Okay. So, what is the first step that we do to just proceed with the changes? First of all, we go and check the coupon status and then check for the travel date and check for the penalty amount. Let's go and do the everything. TWD. I saw that the coupon status is showing open. This is a future dated travel. Yes, no? Now, I'm going to do the FQD entry, FQD Delhi Colombo, AUL slash CM slash D, sorry, 6th August slash R comma 25th of June 2025. And here is my first fare basis because everything is matching. So I'll just simply go and FQN1 star PE to read the penalty. Now, how much is the charge for change penalty? So let me copy this line here and pasting in the chat box. Now let's go and read that where do you see that the airline is allowing you to charge the penalty in which methods? Let me do one page down. Now, do you see the change fee, no-show fee, late change fee shall be collected in the form of an EMD. So let me paste this part as well. Done. Now we need to go and sell the new seats and check for the fare difference and then tax difference. Let me sell the new seats. So instead of 26th of August, the passenger is coming on 25th of August, preponing it. So let's add 25th of August, CMB, DEL, AUL, enter. Now, in which class of service the passenger was booked? My class. The my class seats are available. So I'll sell the my class seats. Okay. Done. Yes, no? Added? Now, let's go and find out the new fare. Tell me, what is the command to find out the new fare? Complete command. Waiting for the response, guys. FAA, Devendra, is it FXX or FX? Okay, FXX slash the segment number 2 and the segment number 3. Let's do this quickly. I got the new fare. Copy this new fare here and paste in the new fare. Now let's go and find out the old fare. TWD, copy it, and TWD slash tax, and copy the taxes. Now let's compare it. Do you see any base fare difference? Yes, no? Now, do you see any YQ difference? Now you compare it and let me know, is there any base fare difference and tax difference? Look at the fare in this notepad and give me the answer. No fare difference, no tax difference. So only what is that? Only the change penalty. Yes, no? So let me go and type 1600, and how much is the GST applicable on that change penalty? 5%. How much it becomes? 5% of 1600 plus 5%, 80 rupees. So the total penalty will be 1680 rupees. Clear till this part? All right. Now let's come to the notes. We need to save the PNR with the change if the passenger is okay. So I'm going to quickly save the changes in the PNR. And then we will go and update the TST, cancel the unwanted segment, and start processing the similar things. So let's go and do this. XE4 is the unwanted segment. TTU slash segment 2 comma 3 is to update the TST, and go and open the this one. There is a PC flag. Please do TTF slash all. What I need to check K3 once. See, similar K3. Is that the K3 are you asking about? There is no difference in the K3. Gyandeep, is it clear? Okay, now I have removed the TST flag. Let me go and open the TQT and start updating the missing elements. So let's update it. TTK slash T1 slash L2 slash B, and let me copy the new fare from here. New fare basis and everything. Let's go and update it. Slash V slash A 30K. Done? What is the TST number? Okay, the TST number is 2. Okay, no problem. Let's mention the TST number 2. Updated? Yes, no? Now, what is the next step? Once we have updated the fare basis and the rest of the things, we need to set up the TST for reissue. Let's go TTK slash exchange. So TST got reached on the reissue stage. Now, we need to show the total ad collect in the TST. And there is a total ad collect which is 1893 rupees. Now, tell me the total ad collect which is going to be charged as in 1680. Is this the base fare difference or the tax difference, or is this the only penalty amount? So here, what exactly I had written that there is a total ad collect as per the TST. That means there is a difference in the taxes, there is a difference in the base fare also. And that's why I have mentioned here the total ad collect only in difference in the fares and the taxes. Okay. Now we need to update the fare construction line. Tell me, do we need to update the fare construction line for my scenario? Because there is no difference in base fare. So we don't need to, correct? Now we need to go and show the penalty as a EMD method. Okay? Just give me 1 second, guys. All right? So here we need to go and show the penalty as an EMD, because here we have already read the information that the penalty is to be shown as an EMD. Clear? Yes, no? Great. So now we are going to start updating the method as a EMD for the penalty amount. Before that, don't forget to save every changes which we have done it. So I saved every changes. Now, what is the next step? We need to check the 4-letter code of the change fee for the booking method and the booking method also. So how do I check all these things? We'll do the EGSD/VUL and the 4-letter booking here. Let me go and divide the screen here, perform this command and get this information. See, tell me, what is the 4-letter code for this penalty fee? PENF? Yes or no? And what is the method? SVC method. Clear? So we got to know that the code is PENF and the booking method is SVC. Clear with that part? Yes, no? So since the booking method is SVC, we will add the SVC element in the PNR. Okay? And how do we add the SVC element in the PNR? With the help of a command IU. Okay? So how do you add the SVC element in the PNR? Let's go and start adding. IU followed by the 2-letter airline code, followed by the NN1. NN1 means this service to be updated for one of the passenger. And what is the 4-letter code? PENF. Done? Let's press enter. Now, the moment I do this, I got a error, invalid or missing date. What does this mean? This simply means that while adding the SVC element, there is something missing. And what is the missing? The date is missing. What does this mean? That I have to add the new travel date which I am trying to change. And how do you update with the missing date? Simply rerun the command, put down the slash and at the end you have to mention that particular travel date. So tell me which of the date I'm changing? 25th of August. So let me add 25th August. Done. And again press enter. The next time when I press enter, I got the error city code mandatory. So here there is a line error line code mentioned that whenever you get this error code city code mandatory, which means you have to mention the origin city at least in the IU entry. So let me add the origin city. And where do I add the origin city? Just after the PENF. So tell me, which one is the origin city, Colombo or Delhi? I am changing Colombo, Delhi, na? So I will type CMB. Which of the segment or which of the journey you are trying to change, that origin city needs to be mentioned. Clear? Press enter. Again, it gives me a message, invalid location missing. And what does this invalid location missing? That means I have to mention the entire journey of the new travel date, which I am trying to change. Which means I will simply rerun again the command and I will type CMBDEL. Is that clear? And press enter. Now, you will see there will be a SVC line added. Is this clear with everyone? Now you might ask me a question, sir. Why do I go and run the command and getting so many errors? I don't want it to just see the errors. I wanted to add everything together in one go. So to avoid this, again you have to come to this. I'm going to split the screen. Remember, I told you one thing, that if you wanted to read the details of that EMD service, you will type the command EGSD slash line number 15. And here you will get every information. What is the information? The booking method is SVC. So we have added the SVC. There is a line sale informing that, let me make it little bigger. There is a line informing that if you have to um, add the SVC line, let me go one page noun. Hmm. Is the date of service mandatory for the booking? Tell me yes or no. And that is why we have to add the date of booking. Now there is another line mentioned, the number of locations mandatory for the booking. And how many number of locations it is asking me? 2. That is why we mention both the origin and the city. Otherwise, if it is mentioned only one, so either the Colombo or the Delhi will work for you. Is this clear? Why this it is giving you the error and again and again? So if you go and read those lines, then you can simply enter these in the IU entry, and then you will not get the error. Is this clear? And that is why here I have mentioned to check the date of the services or the number of locations is required. You simply go and run the command and get those informations. Clear? Now, anyone have any question? How do I add the SVC line in the PNR? Tell me yes or no. Any question? Nishani said yes. Nishani, do you have any question? Aritra said No. What about others? There are 19 people. Please reply in the chat. If no question, then type no. Waiting for the response. Abhijit, Ashutosh, Dev, Devendra, Fatima, Gyandeep. All right. Now, next I'm going to talk about that if there are multiple passengers, that means there are multi-passenger PNR, and you wanted to add the SVC entry, this is how you will enter for the multi-passenger. Command will be the same, but you need to simply add P1, P2, and P3. That means for multi-passengers, the multi-SVC line gets updated. This is mandatory for SVC command for reissuance. Yes. Why it is mandatory? Because the booking method is SVC. So we will have to add the SVC line. Clear, Dev? In the previous EMD examples, what was the booking method? The SSR. And that is the reason we add the SSR lines. And this, for this EMD service, the booking method is SVC. So we are adding the SVC line manually. In the previous two examples, the EMD services are issued automatically. Here, the EMD services are issued manually. That is the difference. Getting my point? So the two examples, we showed it as an automated EMD issuance. This EMD example is how to issue manually. Okay? Is this clear? Anyone have any question? Now, because the first two steps are clear, now we are going to step number 3. Here we have to create a manual.
Naveen, I think we should end the session and continue till from here tomorrow.
Okay.
Because all these points are important and they need to understand it in proper pace. Thank you, Naveen.
All right. So till this step, I am going to save everything in the PNR. Tomorrow, we will continue with the same topic and we will cover how to add the rest of the elements like TSM to be added. Then how do we add the form of payment? And then how do we update the form of payment of the TST and FO element and rest of the informations. Clear? I have shared you the notes. Don't worry, I will share you the notes tomorrow. Okay, Devendra. Once we'll start with the topic, so I'll share every steps one go. Okay, let's go and let's end the session because there is another session scheduled. Um, so we will start the session tomorrow on the same time. And one thing importantly, again, I'm going to tell you